And we are dry as a bone down here. I've got a leak in the drain of my kitchen sink. I put a pan underneath it. Thankfully I found that because it will rot out your cabinet. What I did is I ran the water. I looked for a leak up here. I looked for a leak in here. There wasn't any, but it is wet here. And it runs down and then drips. I went ahead and went out and got the new flanged washer. This takes 1.5 inches. We'll loosen a couple connections, pull that out, put the new washer in, and see if that takes care of it. Let's get started. Now, I don't have a garbage disposal, but if I did and didn't have a strainer in there, it's possible that your trap could be clogged and causing back pressure, which can make components leak. So a good thing to do, if you do not have a strainer and possibly have a garbage disposal and you're having a leak, is to check the trap. You want to put a bucket or a pan underneath there, loosen the 2 nuts, and clean that out. Of course, this trap holds water. That's the purpose of it, so you don't get gas coming back from the sewer or a septic system. You can see the pipe is dirty, but it's wide open. I'll clean that out and put it back together. All right, with the P-trap all cleaned up, we can put it back together. It's a little bit of a tight fit in here, but she works. Good. And that's good. First, we'll loosen this nut. And I guess I'll loosen this here so we can pull that out. Okay, we got it off. I'm going to take this piece out. And it's a little gummed up in here, as you can see. Clean this up. All right. Here's our old flange washer, and it's all messed up, and it fits in there loose. Here's the new one. Slide that in. Nice snug fit. It's much more pliable than the other one was, so I'm thinking that'll take care of it. Got everything cleaned up. I always start these by turning it counterclockwise to make sure I don't cross threads. Till I hear it click. There we go. And then it goes on nice and easy. It feels good in there. Snug that down. And I'm going to take the channel locks, not go crazy, but just snug it down. Just so that the water doesn't leak there. And we'll grab our other pipe. Slide that in. I'm going to loosen this so I have a little flexibility in there. There we go. I can slide this in. And turn it up. If your leak is at one of these joints, slide off your old poly washer and slide on a new one. All right. Snug this down. And snug this down. And snug this down. Good and tight. And we'll test her out. Turn the water on. See if it leaks. And it feels nice and dry. I wiped out the pan. It's dry as a bone. I'm going to leave it in there. I'll use the sink today, do dishes and things, and check back at the end of the day and see if it's still dry. Now that we've checked and cleared the P-trap to make sure there's no back pressure in the drain lines and made the leak repair with the new gasket and done a number of dishes, no leaks so far, the best and final test is to pour a large volume of water down the drain all at once, flood the drain, and make sure there's no leaks. So let's go ahead and do that and see if this project is complete. And we are dry as a bone down here. No leak whatsoever. That's where it was. We got it all taken care of. And the P-trap cleaned. If this video was a help to you, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And I look forward to helping you with other projects online. One other quick tip. I see a lot of sink bases rotted out because water from the sink drips down, gets the base cabinet wet, and a lot of times this bottom will actually just rot and fall out. People can't keep an eye on things under here because they've got a jam full of cleaning supplies and things, but you want to make sure you caulk well around your sink and that your soap dispenser or whatever you have isn't leaking. Keep it dry.